Hello everyone, I'm Prasadita, one of the trainers at Medcity International Academy. In my previous videos, I spoke about the significance of pronunciation in IELTS speaking test. So in this video, I'm going to give you a few pointers to help you improve your vocabulary. Lexical Resource is one of the 4 criteria on the basis of which you are evaluated for your IELTS speaking test. So what exactly is lexical resource? So lexical resource is the range of vocabulary a candidate uses. The wider the range of words, the better is your chance of getting a good score. But remember, the trick is not to use a wide variety of words. The trick is to use those words in an effective manner. So how can you use words in an effective manner? Well, the first thing to do is to use collocation. Collocation refers to the words that are naturally used together. The combination of words that you use must sound right to native English speakers. If you group together words that aren't naturally used, then it may sound unnatural. For example, if I say the quick train, it makes sense, yes, but the usage is not technically right. A native English speaker would know that. The right usage is the fast train. To cite another example, if I say do the bed, yes, it makes sense, but that is not the right usage. The right usage is make the bed. So why is collocation important? Collocation is important because it makes the language sound more natural, and it gives you an added advantage because you can express yourself in a richer manner. My next tip is to focus on connotation. Connotation is the additional meaning a word or a phrase has. That is, some words may have similar meanings, that is literal meanings, but may have very different emotional meanings. So, connotation refers to the emotions and feelings that accompany a word. Therefore, it is important to choose the right words before you make a statement. Let's imagine a situation, shall we? Imagine that you've gone for shopping and you found a dress that is to your liking and is of reasonable price. So you can say, this clothing is affordable, or you can say, this clothing is cheap. Here, cheap and affordable are synonymous words. Both mean inexpensive. But the difference is, when you say the clothing is affordable, the statement has a positive connotation to it. Why? It is because the word affordable implies something that is not highly expensive, but at the same time, we can buy it. So yay, we can buy it. But if we say the clothing is cheap, cheap has a negative connotation to it. So cheap implies something of low quality. Let's take another example. If you want to tell someone about the smell of your grandmother's cooking, you can either say the aroma of my grandmother's cooking, or you can say the stench of my grandmother's cooking. Here again, stench and aroma are synonymous words. But the difference is, aroma has a positive connotation to it. Why? Because aroma implies something that is very pleasing, whereas stench implies something that is not appealing. So, when you use particular words, understand that every word has a particular connotation to it. So, connotation technically helps you to convey your emotions and feelings to the listener. So, use it appropriately. My third tip to you is to learn new words. So, what is the easiest way to learn new words? Well, the first one is to watch English programs. It can be English movies, English television series, English music videos, or even English news. When you're watching a particular English program, you get an added advantage. It will also help you to listen to the way a native speaker speaks. So, you can do your listening task for IELTS in a better manner. The next thing you can do to improve your vocabulary is to develop the habit of reading. When you read a particular text, most often you stumble upon words that are new. So, from the context of that particular passage, you will try to understand the meaning of that particular word. So there again, you learn a new word. Another way to develop your vocabulary is to converse in English with your peers. When you do that, knowingly or unknowingly, you will learn a few words, a few new words. It is indeed good to memorize certain impressive words, but sometimes certain students use these words in a wrong way. This is because they have not fully understood the meaning of that particular word. I would also advise that you try to learn synonyms of the word that you already knew. But there again, you have to be careful. You need to know the meaning, usage and collocation of that particular word so that you can use that word in a particular context, in the appropriate context. For example, the words many and plethora are synonymously used, but you may not be able to use these words in the same context. Let's take an example. If I say, I have many friends, it makes sense and it is the right usage. But if I say, I have plethora of friends, even though plethora and many are synonymous, it is not appropriate and it sounds a little awkward. So there you have to be careful. Plethora does not fit in the context of friends. Another thing you can do to improve your lexical resource is to ensure that while learning new words, rather than making a list of the words which are not relatable, group words together which are relatable so that you can learn them easily. Again, let's take an example. Jazz, pop, classical, western, composition, lyrics, genre. These words that I've just mentioned can all be relatable. They all come under the category of music. So when you have words which are relatable to one another, you can learn those words easily. My final tip to you is to practice. As you all know, practice makes a man perfect. So I would advise, use the newly learned words in your day-to-day life so that those words become active vocabulary. If you have any further clarification or suggestions, please feel free to comment in the comment section. I hope my tips have helped you. So, bye for now.